What keeps an NBA general manager awake at 3 a.m.? For Rob Pelinka, it's probably the same nightmare that's been haunting him all season long. Picture this: LeBron James driving to the basket, Luka Doncic orchestrating from the perimeter, and then nothing. No reliable wing defender to rotate, no consistent two-way threat to space the floor, just a gaping hole where championship dreams go to die. The Lakers have been chasing wing upgrades like a man wandering the desert searching for water, and just when they think they've found an oasis, it turns out to be another mirage. The latest target? Andrew Wiggins. The latest result? Another door slammed shut. Here's what most people don't understand about the Lakers' fascination with Wiggins. Sure, his offensive numbers don't jump off the page, but that's missing the entire point. In today's NBA, elite wing defense isn't just valuable, it's championship currency. Wiggins proved this during Golden State's 2022 title run. Remember how he completely neutralized Jason Tatum in the finals? That wasn't luck or scheme, that was pure two-way versatility at work. The Lakers saw that tape. They studied every possession, and they realized something crucial. You can't teach that kind of defensive instinct. The numbers tell the story they want to hear. Wiggins has consistently ranked among the league's most versatile defenders, capable of switching across multiple positions without losing effectiveness. For a Lakers team that's built around two offensive superstars, having someone who can handle the toughest defensive assignments while contributing decent offense is exactly what their championship puzzle is missing. But here's where things get complicated. The Golden State Warriors aren't exactly motivated sellers right now. What nobody talks about is how brutally difficult the wing market has become. Every contending team wants the same thing the Lakers want: that elusive two-way wing who can defend elite scorers and knock down open threes. The problem? There are maybe 5 or 6 players in the entire league who truly fit that description, and most of them aren't available. This creates a domino effect that's killing the Lakers' plans. Teams know how desperately LA needs wing help, so they're pricing their assets accordingly. It's basic supply and demand, except the supply is almost non-existent and the demand is through the roof. The Warriors understand this dynamic better than anyone. They've watched Wiggins evolve from a disappointing #1 pick to a championship-caliber role player. Why would they trade that away for anything less than a premium return? Sources close to the situation suggest Golden State values Wiggins far higher than most outside observers realize. They're not just looking at his current production, they're factoring in his playoff experience, his defensive versatility, and his ability to step up in crucial moments. That's not the kind of player you move for spare parts and future considerations. Here's where the Lakers situation becomes truly fascinating. They know exactly what they need, they've identified the perfect target, but they can't stomach the asking price. It's like shopping for a Ferrari with a Honda budget. The desire's there, the logic is sound, but the math just doesn't work. Multiple league sources indicate that Golden State's asking price for Wiggins would require the Lakers to part with assets they're simply not willing to move. We're talking about multiple first-round picks, young players with upside, or established rotation pieces. For a team that's already mortgaged significant future assets, that's a tough pill to swallow. The Lakers front office finds themselves in an impossible position. They know their championship window is narrow, LeBron James won't be elite forever if he seems to be defying Father Time, but they also can't afford to gut their future for a player who, while valuable, isn't a guaranteed game changer. This is where Rob Pelinka's chess match with other general managers becomes truly complex. He's trying to find that sweet spot where the Lakers improve meaningfully without sacrificing too much long-term flexibility. It's a balancing act that would challenge even the most experienced executives. What makes the Lakers' wing hunt even more challenging is how transparent their need has become. Every team in the league knows exactly what LA is looking for, which naturally drives up prices across the board. Think about it from another GM's perspective. You have a decent wing player on your roster, maybe not elite, but solid. Suddenly, you're getting calls from the Lakers, and you know they're desperate. Do you accept a fair offer, or do you wait to see if their desperation grows? Most smart executives choose the latter. This dynamic has created a market where even mediocre wing players are commanding premium prices. The Lakers aren't just competing against other teams for available talent, they're fighting against the perception that they'll overpay out of necessity. The psychological aspect of these negotiations cannot be understated. When other teams sense desperation, they naturally become less willing to make reasonable deals. It's human nature, amplified by the high-stakes world of professional basketball. But here's where the story takes an interesting turn. Smart organizations don't just have Plan A, they have Plans B, C, and D ready to execute. The Lakers front office has reportedly expanded their search beyond the obvious targets. League insiders suggest LA is now exploring different types of deals. Instead of chasing the perfect two-way wing, they might settle for a strong defender who can learn to shoot, or an offensive specialist who can improve defensively within their system. It's not the ideal solution, but it might be the practical one.
There's also the possibility of making multiple smaller moves instead of one blockbuster trade. Rather than trading significant assets for one high-priced wing, the Lakers could acquire 2 or 3 role players who collectively address their needs. It's less sexy than landing a marquee name, but it might be more effective. This approach would require incredible patience and execution from the front office. They'd need to identify undervalued players, negotiate multiple complex deals, and somehow make all the puzzle pieces fit together both roster-wise and financially. What really drives the Lakers' urgency isn't just roster construction. It's the brutal mathematics of championship windows. With LeBron James in his 40s and Luka Doncic in his prime, this might be their best shot at a title for years to come. Championship teams need reliable role players who can step up when stars are doubled or having off nights. The Lakers learned this lesson the hard way in previous seasons when their supporting cast couldn't deliver in crucial moments. Having a dependable wing who can create his own shot or lock down opponents becomes exponentially more valuable in playoff situations. The front office understands that championship windows don't stay open forever. Every season that passes without significant improvement is essentially a wasted opportunity. That's the pressure driving their aggressive pursuit of wing upgrades, even at premium prices. But here's the paradox. Desperation-driven moves rarely lead to championships. The most successful teams make calculated strategic acquisitions that improve their roster without sacrificing long-term stability. Finding that balance is what separates championship organizations from pretenders. Sometimes the best move is no move at all. The Lakers might be better served waiting for the right opportunity rather than forcing a suboptimal trade. Championship-caliber players become available at unexpected times. Injuries, contract disputes, or organizational changes can suddenly shift the market. History shows that patience often rewards teams more than panic moves. Some of the best trades in NBA history happened because one team was willing to wait for the perfect moment while others rushed into mediocre deals. The Lakers have built enough flexibility into their roster to wait for the right opportunity. They're not in win now or never mode, they're in win smart mode. That distinction could determine whether they add another championship banner or simply become another cautionary tale about impatient team building. The question becomes, will the perfect opportunity present itself before their championship window closes? That's the gamble every contending team faces, and it's what makes the NBA trade market so compelling to follow. What the Lakers' wing pursuit really represents is the modern NBA's evolution toward positionless basketball. The most valuable players aren't necessarily the best at any single skill, they're the ones who can do multiple things at an elite level. This trend has made traditional roster construction obsolete. Teams can no longer simply plug players into predetermined roles and expect success. They need versatile pieces who can adapt to different matchups and game situations. The Lakers understand this reality better than most, which explains their willingness to pay premium prices for the right type of player. They're not just buying talent, they're investing in the future of how basketball is played at the highest level. Whether they successfully land their target or not, the Lakers' aggressive pursuit of wing upgrades demonstrates how championship teams think about roster construction in 2025. It's not about collecting the most talented individuals, it's about assembling the most cohesive group of complementary pieces. So where does this leave the Lakers in their wing obsession? Stuck in basketball purgatory, caught between what they need and what they can afford. Rob Pelinka knows exactly what his team is missing, but acquiring it might cost more than they're willing to pay. The Wiggins saga represents something bigger than just one potential trade. It's a window into the impossible decisions facing every contending team. How much of your future are you willing to mortgage for a chance at present glory? For the Lakers, that answer will define not just this season but potentially the next decade of their franchise. The clock is ticking, the pressure is mounting, and every day that passes without a move is another day closer to wasted potential. But maybe, just maybe, the perfect opportunity is right around the corner. After all, in the NBA, everything can change with one phone call. The question is, will Rob Pelinka be ready to pull the trigger when that call comes? The wing hunt continues, and Lakers fans can only hope their front office finds the missing piece before it's too late. Because in the unforgiving world of championship basketball, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, not in banner ceremonies.